Hey guys, sorry about that. I don't know why every time I go through YouTube to run a live, it just I don't know how to use YouTube at all. Like literally do not know how to use YouTube. If it's not on StreamYard, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I really don't. I really don't. Two. How about 50? Not bad. That's funny. Cool. Let's try this again. Yes. I'm glad you're in 50 degree weather. I'm not that fortunate. If you guys have not heard, where the hell did my vape go? I get so sick of looking for this damn vape everywhere I go. But if you guys have not heard, I'm freezing my tail end off in Mascow, Idaho. And I have got to be honest with you. We just left the 1122 King Road. And that kind of gave us some revelations. I'm not quite ready to discuss with you guys just yet. But we do have some exciting news. Hi. We'll wait for a few more people to pop in here. As many of you guys know, I'm Bullhorn Betty. If you're coming here for the first time, this is my second trip out here to Mascow, and today was very somber. It was sad, and it was not quite sure how to describe it, but we went to, if you guys don't know, which we kept quiet, we went to Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene is where Kaylee and Maddie grew up. It's where Kaylee's family and Maddie's family still live. And we met with the family. We had the honor of taking them out to lunch and speaking with them. We didn't really talk too much about the specificity of the case, but we talked to them about a lot, about Kaylee, about her upbringing, just a lot of stuff. I mean, we did learn a little bit of stuff that we didn't previously know. But for the most part, it was really about Kaylee and Maddie, about learning who they were as people, the trials that they have been going through since learning of this. They're a strong family, but they are in a lot of pain, and it breaks my heart. And to hear the life of Kaylee, to hear how she was, to see the urns. Well, I guess they weren't urns. The urns are coming, but I can tell you that Kaylee and Maddie are still together. But it was very sad. It was a sad day. When we walked into the restaurant, Steve was there waiting for us. And what do you say to a father that had a daughter completely, utterly brutalized? And not just one daughter, because many of you guys know he considers Maddie his sixth child, and so does Christy. How am I? I'm doing good, Oscar. I'm doing good. I really am. I'm exhausted. It's been a very, very long day. We went to some of the places that Kaylee loved to go to and loved to frequent, and they were beautiful. The area that she grew up at was beautiful. Hearing how tenacious she's been her entire life, how she, graduated school early. Like people don't realize she graduated. I didn't even know that. I thought she still had to finish December. Kaylee was fully graduated. She had just graduated, and she graduated early. Her mom said that she went to as many summer schools, everything that she could do. She worked her butt off. She was a hustler. She did anything she could. And this wasn't even that. This was literally early on in her childhood. She's always been like that. They talked about how competitive she was, So Um, it was just a sad day. But the interview will be coming out. It's not going to be coming out right away, as you guys can imagine. That's going to be uh, Olivia's going to work very hard on getting this video just right. So I know you guys are probably excited on just hearing their perspective, what's going on and things of that nature. I understand that, but it's probably going to be after the first of the year before it is released. Most likely around the second week of January. So that will be forthcoming. Again, Olivia's working on it. This was, her mom, Christy, gave us these, and and she explained them too. She gave us 3 of them. So I wanted to share these with you. Yeah. So they have the K and the M, Kaylee and Maddie. And this is, let me check these. Hold on. I got to read them first to make sure I got that. Okay. Oh no, I might get these things mixed up. I think it was Maddie. I'll have to confirm with Olivia, but I think it was Maddie that always said it's a forever thing. And I believe it was Kaylee that always told Maddie that life without you would be so boring. Now, I could have it backwards, and if I do, I apologize. You can imagine that there was a lot of emotions, and it was, I got to tell you that she had a beautiful life. She had a beautiful life. She had a family that loved her, ridiculously loved her. And they are a strong family unit. And it's so sad because when I was talking to them, I think, I guess we expect parents to go to any lengths to fight for their children, right? Like if something like this happened to you or your family, like what would you do? What would you do? Right? And this man is doing literally everything that I think a parent and a family should do. A small town girl, yes. We're not talking about Ethan and Xana at this moment. I have put out a few videos on Ethan. We haven't quite gotten to Xana yet. But if you'd like to go and check out the stuff for Ethan and the tribute to him, yes, they were all beautiful souls. And just want to make sure that is known. However, we did follow Ethan's life. We were just over in Mount Vernon, Washington yesterday, and visited Ethan's high school, and drove around town, and I haven't even, I forgot to put the video out of the town. We drove through the town and everything like that. I would crawl under a rock and die if it happened to my baby girls. Absolutely, small town girl, absolutely. But I have to tell you that their family unit, but this is what I'm trying to express, is that we expect parents to go to every length imaginable, right? Every length to fight for their children in a situation like this. And that's exactly what this man has done. And he and his family have been utterly brutalized. Even somebody on news, whatever, coming out and saying that he seems, because he has more information. It appears he has more information. How did we get the Twitch video? How did we all get put on the Twitch video? Think about it. Who brought that to light? Does anybody know? It was her sister. So it sounds like they were probably doing a lot of work behind the scenes that, maybe we need to take into consideration before pointing the finger at innocent people that just lost their loved one in such a cruel and tragic and inhumane way, right? And to hear, it's just sad. It's just really, really sad. But it was really beautiful to see how she grew up, where she grew up, places she loved to visit, truly hearing the story of Kaylee and Maddie. I have to tell you, while we were talking to them, some of the stories that they were telling me, you can't help but to choke up. You can't help but to, I don't know, just you feel the pain. Oh, Miss Melody. For coffee and a big fat juicy donut in the AM. Love from New York State. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I think we did Chihuahua Mom of 3. Thank you so much. Thank you for becoming the newest member of the Bullhorn Betty channel. We usually don't come this late. Like right now, we're on the West Coast, so it is 10 here. That means it's got to be like 1 in the morning. Whoa, 1 in the morning on the East Coast. That's crazy. That is nuts. Her sister is begging for answers. Yeah, the whole family is. Everybody really is begging for answers, and I think it's teetering on making sure this case doesn't go cold. And still maintaining the integrity of the investigation. But yeah, parents want to know what the heck happened to their kid. She made it. Like, she was graduated. She was there seeing her best friend, her sister. I shouldn't even call them best friends. They're families. I even asked him, I said, it sounds like when we were out to lunch, I said, it sounds like we were that your family was pretty blended with each other. And it was like, Maddie was, the Gonzalez child, and Kaylee was the, an additional Mogan child. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. And, but it was beautiful to see sometimes these kinds of tragedies tear families apart. They bring the ugly out in families. They do something to the family unit. This right here is bringing the strength of this family out, of these two families. It really is. It's bringing the strength, because I'm telling you, just seeing them, I know that they're in pain, and I know they're probably not sleeping well. I'm sure it's they're just taking it minute by minute at the moment. I can't even imagine. But just seeing them unite so confidently and work so well, it's just, right now they just want answers, just like everybody can imagine. It's midnight here. I'm in pain. So Betty, cheer me up. I wish there was, the only thing I think that I can say that's really kind of happy out of this whole horribleness is that Kaylee she had a great life. She had a lot of people that loved her. And, what people are, we've heard a lot of theories that come out. And of course, I know it's not for disrespect, in a lot of these things, a lot of the speculation and throwing out theories to try to figure out why somebody would do this. I know it wasn't to be rude or to victim shame or anything, but of course, the idea of, were they part of the Mean Girls Club? Because you see these beautiful girls, a lot of people paid a try, and not just Kaylee, Maddie, but also Xana. Xana was a very beautiful girl too. And so, everybody kind of speculated that it was possible that, they were the Mean Girls Club, and because they were the Mean Girls Club, something happened, something like that. But that's not the case. It didn't sound like that. When you heard stories of Maddie and just how sweet and kind she was, and because Kaylee was a child of, I think they said she was the middle child of 5, and I think we all knew that prior to this, is that she was the middle child of 5. Um, and so there were younger siblings. We all know, I mean, I'm a younger sibling. I remember my sister didn't want crap to do with me, right? She would pull my pigtails and make me feel bad and, do all the stuff sisters do. And it was just hearing how Maddie was so sweet to everyone, and how like she really loved their family and loved the younger siblings, and did the younger, did things with the younger siblings, and always was thoughtful of everybody. When they thought of anything, she always was thinking of this person and that person. It was just really sweet to look behind the curtain a little bit, because we do get such mixed messages, and when we were left to our own devices because we don't have enough information, speculation can get really out of control. And it just doesn't seem like the Mean Girls theory holds a whole lot of water. Were they popular? Yeah. Were they beautiful? Yeah. But it seemed like they were the more of the, we love everyone type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like it just didn't seem like they were like, oh yeah, I got it all. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't. I'm sure, they were proud of what they did, but believe it or not, these two girls worked their tails off. Did they have, like, Kaylee comes from a good family. They seem to be stable financially. But she wasn't spoiled. I don't know how to explain that. She wasn't like she worked for everything. Like it's just the stories. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. Again, that particular interview will be out. It will be out. I don't know what time, when Olivia said she'll have it completed, but I think it's going to be probably around the 6th or the 7th of January. I think that's when it is set to debut. So we'll figure it out. But I'll let you guys know. We'll get it all set up and things like that. So you guys will be well apprised of this. You guys will get a sneak peek here on the Bullhorn Betty channel before Olivia even drops the video. So you guys will want to stay here. We will go ahead and, I don't know exactly the date it will be released, but we definitely know it's going to be after January 1st. It's going to be after significant. So it's going to be into the new year. So, but I think you guys will really enjoy this, just hearing about their life. I mean, it's sad. I don't know if enjoying would be probably the most appropriate word. But definitely, I don't know. It just humanizes them. I don't know how to explain it. Just humanizes them. I want to tell y'all, got beautified for a photo shoot. I know you looked beautiful. I love the eye makeup. I'm so much like you. I like D. Thank you for standing up for us. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Rosa says, all these DNA take 6 months. I would like to, let me just finish your thing, and I would like to address that. All these DNA takes 6 months, and look at all the evidence they have to do. They will catch who did this. The monster will be shown on TV. Whoever did this is pure evil, 100% pure evil. But sometimes DNA, the reason why DNA, the DNA process does take a while. Over the years, that process has cut down significantly in time as opposed to what it once was, but still a semi lengthy process. But most of the time for this stuff, and why it takes so long for these DNA tests to get results, is because, quite frankly, this is not the only case going on in the United States that the FBI is involved in. And there is, even with priority DNA, there's still a list. You know what I'm saying? They're not at the top. They're not every case. There's never going to be a case that rises to the top of the food chain. In some of the case, they move the priorities up, but there's still a lot of priorities. Like this is the priority that's that has taken hold of the national and worldwide attention right now, but there's still other cases just like this maybe not to this extent, but just like this, that are in the incubator first. Seriously, this kind of thing, not specifically this kind of thing, but a lot of these things happen. This is what has taken the news waves now. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it any better than that. But there is even on, they have a waiting list. They have to process these things in order, but there is a way to put these at a higher priority, but there's still a lot of higher priorities still already in the incubator. So, what do they do? So a lot of this stuff is just the waiting time to start the processing. So sometimes that can be a couple weeks and then the process starts. Sometimes it takes, 2 or 3 months before it comes up into the queue for them to process. Sometimes, depending on, they can push that right on up to the front of the line. I would think that this would be one of those things that they push right on up to the front of the line. But they have laboratories all over the country, believe it or not. And they now have these pop-up pods that they have. We've seen it twice in 2 cases. We've seen it over in the Quentin Simon case, and we've seen it over in the what other case did we see it? They actually brought the actual forensic pod. I think they did that here too. They brought a forensic pod to a location so they could process the evidence quicker. So they do have those. I know that because we've learned of that at the Quentin Simon case. And I'm almost confident that it was this case at some point in the beginning of the case that they actually brought the FBI unit in. But I may be mistaking it with another case that was open and shut. And I'm not sure. Thank you, small town girl. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. Thank you for fighting for justice for these kids. Oh, absolutely. And right now, we're just making sure that this case doesn't go cold. That's really we want to keep this in the limelight, and sometimes just presence, is what it takes, because, when Bullhorn Betty's in town, let's be honest, it doesn't matter, when we're fighting for justice, all what is it? All publicity is good publicity, right? Even negative publicity. So we have a lot of hate channels that follow us and like to condemn us, but they're still talking about these cases, right? They're still talking about these cases. They're still pushing people over to the Bullhorn Betty channel. They're still pushing people over to Chronicles of Olivia. People are seeing these cases, and you never know. Somebody that didn't even realize this happened, maybe they have some information that they saw somebody in a different state or a different town. Who knows, right? Who knows? But what I can tell you is that this case is getting in front of millions and millions and millions of people because of the work that Chronicles of Olivia and I are doing. If you guys haven't been over to Chronicles of Olivia's TikTok page, please go over there. Check that out. We love you guys on YouTube, but we have other platforms that we broadcast on and put videos on. So if you have not had an opportunity to go check her out on TikTok, it'll be worth your time to do so. I have a question. You could ask LE. I have a question. You could ask LE that shouldn't be too much. Okay, Wolfpack. Out of all of them, Xana seemed to be the most well-known out of all of them. All of the people in the area mentioned they knew of was good friends or met each through Xana. You hear that, Olivia? I didn't want you to comment. I just asked if you heard that. No. Okay, well, come out here. Let me come here. Don't come in the camera.
I'm not gonna go over there.
Sorry, I'm not trying to laugh. Okay. So Tracy says, out of all of them, Xana seemed to be most well-known out of all of them. All of the people in the area mentioned they knew of was good friends with or met each other through Xana. Interesting.
Yeah,
Thank you, Tracy. Kaylee wanted to prove to her family she was independent and was proud. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was beautiful too, I mean, and I just, their family was just so tight knit, I mean, it's just, I don't know, just seeing that family, because many of you guys know how my family was. I love my mom. I love my dad, but I don't have, much of a relationship with my father anymore. I mean, my dad did the best he could, but he was at one point in my life a very toxic person. He triggered me an awful lot. And in order for me to get better, I didn't stop loving my dad. I'll never stop loving my dad, but I had to, kind of break that tie with him. Do I want to rekindle a relationship with my father one day? Yes, I do. And I'd do it tomorrow if I could, right? But to see this family and their family unit, and to see the love, and they never expressed of being this perfect family by any stretch of the imagination. I won't go into detail, but they're honest, hardworking, just a great family that raised a lot of great kids, 5 of them. They had some of their grandchildren at their house. They had grandma at the house. Like, this is a loving family that had a tragic event, and it turns my stomach to hear people even accuse the father of doing anything to harm his child. It's just, with what? I don't get that. I don't know if you guys heard that. I mean, I was on, what was it, Newsweek or something like that? Some FBI agent. I'm like, what? I wish I could be more. Is that bees? I can't see them. Maybe it's too dark in here. I don't know. Oh, I poured them in the cups. So I got my cup, you got yours. So anyways, what does it say? With the lady jogger, they had DNA match in 2 days from the flip-flop guy. Yeah, there is processes. There is processes that they do, but I'm telling you that, typically the reason why it takes so long for those DNA is the wait time to start processing them. The process itself, like I said, I mean, there was a time it took a really, really long time, and that's just the processing of the DNA. The technology and the processing of the DNA, from the 1990s, 2000s to today, has increased significantly. So they do process it a lot quicker than they once did, of course, as technology advances, but it's still a process. Maybe we'll do a video on the DNA process. It sounds boring, but it'd probably be interesting. I'm just saying. It would be kind of a boring topic, don't you think? DNA, like the DNA,
It'd be interesting.
DNA processing. Did I still? Oh, here, unplug my phone. Here, give me my plug, and you can have.
Oh, God.
You just, is this stuck in there?
Good Lord have mercy.
Olivia and I should. You know what? When we don't sleep, when we have lack of sleep, and we're jet lagged, like, we need a chaperone. Like, seriously, a chaperone. Thank you, Betty, for all you do, and Olivia for the victims and families. Yes, and this is the crazy thing. I'm sure many of our haters are going to be out there saying, "Oh my God, of course they would reach out to the family. Of course they would do this. Of course they would do that." That didn't happen at all. Steve emailed Olivia. I mean, his daughter was a Chronicle of Olivia fan. She loved watching her work. And as many of you know, if she is watching Olivia, she is watching me. Because if you haven't noticed, we're kind of inseparable. I've been trying to shake her. I tried to drop her off. I took her all the way out to the woods. I opened the door. I tried to drive off. Nothing works. Every time I turn around, she's still here. No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't know what to do without her. We'd be lost. I lost my father in November. Totally devastating. Oh, I'm sorry, SL. I'm so sorry, honey. If they think Steve is pushy and demanding, they would truly hate me if that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, man, this guy is getting eaten alive. Like when that guy, that FB retired, the people are saying that this guy's a great profiler or whatever that was on that Newsmax or News whatever Newsweek. I don't know what the station was that this guy came on. My mouth about fell over when he started saying that. Like even I don't even have the experience this man has. And I knew that everything that man was just saying was not accurate. I mean, he's like, oh, well, he knows about this. He knows about that. He knows about that. Well, before you make an accusation like that there, buddy, maybe you should look at all the possibilities of how a father could possibly know that information. First and foremost, just saying. I don't know about you. I don't mind speculating. I don't mind speculating at all. But just to do that, I don't know. I don't know. When you watch the forensic in the house, there are no hair nets. Oh, I need to read some of the stuff. So when you watch the forensic in the house, there are no hair nets. They are supposed to wear, the white Tyvek suits. We've seen those going into crime scenes. None of that. We didn't see that. You're right. That's a true statement, Kelly. I never thought about that. What? Oh, you paused it? You can hear me now?
Yeah.
When you watch the forensics, like when they had the videos of them going in and out of the house, the forensics going in and out of the house, that is correct. They had no hair nets on. They had no white suits on.
Yep, exactly.
I did see them with some booties on. I did see some of the photos and videos of them going in the house with booties on for, I think it was, I don't know which days it was, but I think it was the first day that they were there. I did see, because I remember seeing somebody pull a booty off of their feet when they went in the house. I also saw another person having the booties outside the house and walk into the house with the booties on. So, you're the DNA needs to be replicated many times in order to be tested, which is lengthy process. It takes a lot of steps. That does take a lot of steps. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it used to take, because I remember watching something. I don't know if it was a documentary, and I don't want to be specific on the length of time it takes, but apparently the process used to be like ridiculously long. Like the actual process itself used to take months. And over time, it has been considerably reduced in the processing time. But I don't know what the considerable reduction is, or the specific that's why I think it'll be interesting. I'm not really a DNA person, but it's probably something we should all, I mean, if we're going to watch true crime and study true crime, it's probably something we should be brushing up on, to have at least some common knowledge of DNA processes. So when we're seeing stuff, we know when we're seeing stuff that isn't accurate or isn't correct. It's just more information and more knowledge that we can put in our toolbox to use for other cases. So I actually might do some research on that and put a video together. I'm not sure. We have 461 people in this room right now. Do not forget to go out and hit a thumbs up. I expect people to be getting this in their rotation in the morning as opposed to tonight, because I've already dropped so many videos. And then the one time that I went live and I couldn't get my OBS video camera came on my live, and I don't know why it keeps doing that. I haven't even set up OBS yet. I've just put the app on this thing, and it keeps converting all my. So I've got to go into a setting and change that. I'm not sure how to do that because it's a MacBook Pro, and so I don't know quite everything that needs to go on with it. But we'll figure it out. Hey, little Bish, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're staying safe. It's just a little cold. So far, we've had a well, it was a rough start to the trip. Like it seemed like every single thing that could go wrong was going wrong. And I remember telling Olivia that I think I think we're getting all the BS out of the way. Sometimes when you're on a trip, you kind of get hit here, you have a couple of good things here, and then you get hit here. It's like we got all the problems right out of the way. The one thing I'm a little like I'm biting my nails on right now is apparently out here they're grounding a lot of planes. That's what we're being told because the memorial is coming up on the 30th, and there were several family members that were going to be flying in, and apparently they can't get here because their planes are grounded. So I'm kind of, biting my nails a little bit, as to whether we're going to be able to get home. But we're going to be here for a little bit. But I don't know if the conditions are going to worsen. That's my concern. We're not leaving like tomorrow or anything like that. But like even today, the conditions, the temperature started dropping, and it started dropping quick. The roads are much clearer than they were on the first trip here. Olivia, did we have did we have anything? I'm just kind of going over that we met with the family and had lunch with them and stuff like that, and just expressed how much they loved Kaylee. But I didn't really do go any further than that. And
no,
okay,
we can't. Not until the date that we're
yeah,
at, which is
no. I was hold on, guys. Okay, sorry. So anyways, as you guys know, we had several, this wasn't the first place we went to today. You guys saw my videos. We were going in and around the Mascow area, and we did come into contact with someone, and I'm not going to go into who that was. But I want to put a disclaimer out. Hold on, let me get through all the questions you guys have now before I get into this, because I want to express this the best way I can, because I want you guys, taking this and just speculating the crap out of it. Okay? I don't. So there was a reliable source I know people are trying to find out whether Kaylee and Maddie were talking to Jack D in that bar. How many people are wanting to know whether that is him or not? Put a 1 in the chat. Takes just a little minute before they start hitting. I wish I could be there. This case really has gripped my. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I'm crying. I've been crying. So, before I tell you whether it was Jack D in that photo or not, I want to put a disclaimer out. Okay? Just because somebody is at a place, just because somebody is perceived to have been or could have been, you're right. In normal relationships, nothing ever happens. People fight, they break up, they get back together. No big deal. Okay? That's the same thing here. I don't want people start going down speculation station. Listen, Jack D has been cleared. Jack D has been fully cleared. I can't express that enough to you. Fully and utterly clear. With that said, we have a reliable source that has confirmed that that was Jack D in that photo. And again, I know that there's going to be a lot of people that want to say that he is not involved. I cannot express that any more for you than that. Okay? So If anybody takes what I am saying out of context, I will correct it. But I want to make sure that each and every one of you know that Jack D has been fully cleared. He did not harm these kids. He is not responsible for the deaths of these 4 people. Okay? So just because he was the boyfriend, now mind you, I can't express, I can't go there. But what I will tell you is that just because he was there does not mean he had anything to do with these kids' murders. And I stand behind that. Okay? So please don't go beat this guy up because he was at a bar. Now, if you look at that photo, you can see that there is no animosity whatsoever. None. No animosity between them whatsoever. They didn't have bad body language. They were smiling. You couldn't see the girls, but you could see they were relaxed. There was no heated argument because you didn't see anybody's head turn in that shot. So people won't leave him alone now. Guys, they haven't left him alone. That's the problem. Or his family. I think it's sick. Why are you wasting your time on somebody that has been 100% fully vetted and cleared? Okay? It's time to move on past Jack D. For those that, if you're still stuck on Jack D, I don't know what to tell you. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. And I'm sure you're going to hate it when Bullhorn Betty says, I told you so. So let's get off Jack D, right? Just get off Jack D. It's not him. It's like when murders like to bask in their glory. It was said by Kaylee's dad, said, what does it say? Bask in the glory. It was said by Kaylee's dad, said it loved the ceremony that was all family, and Jack looked how dads looked at him on slow-mo. Sorry, I understand. I get the context, but I'm either reading that wrong or I'm just too tired. Might be just too tired and can't read, right? I have literally been running all day. I'm exhausted. And as you know, it's going to be just like this tomorrow. He must be going through so much. Yeah, I would probably, I could probably concur with that statement that poor kid's probably going through a lot. We've all saw what people have said about him, what people have done. We know that they had, just horrible, with not a scintilla of evidence other than he was the ex-boyfriend of Kaylee Gonzalez. So that was the only reason why people called him a murderer. He just lost somebody that he loved, that he was just with a few hours before. Like, he's already going through enough torture, don't you think? Just saying. Betty, I'd like to talk to you privately about a place. Can you go? You can go that nobody else has went to. Okay. Justice, I'll give you a call, not tonight, because I've only been on here for about 44 minutes. I've got to get a shower. I got to hit the hay. I'm exhausted, and I've got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. But again, the reason why you guys didn't see us a whole lot today is because, we were doing some important stuff. And I just want to tell you that it was an absolute honor to be there. It was an absolute honor for them to share a little piece of their 2 daughters. And I'm going to say that because that's how they felt. It was an honor to learn about Kaylee and Maddie, their special bond, how the family's doing. And we did get some. I mean, don't think it's all about that. You know, there are some things that people have not heard, people don't know. Early on, nothing that goes to the integrity of the investigation or anything like that, but just nuggets of information that hopefully, keeps this. Like I said, this is really at this moment about keeping this alive. We're going to have some. I'm working on some things that I think will help. I don't know if they will or not, but we'll see. We'll see. And I'll be rolling that out when I get back. Well, when we get back, we've got a lot of work to do. Okay. It's going to be a team effort. It's going to be collaborative. So again, stay tuned. I'm sorry I'm so dull tonight, but as you can imagine, I'm exhausted. I'm ready to drop. And I still haven't had a shower yet. So many more innocent lives will be ruined due to all the speculation and slander. It's bad. I keep forgetting that there's things like, even like we have the roaches and the jellyfish here on YouTube, but we forget how many other social media platforms there are. Like, I'm like completely utterly dumbfounded about how many social media platforms are, like Visco and 4chan, like things that I never even knew about. And there's so many more that the social media and the misinformation that comes out from it. And of course, naturally, everybody automatically, like the haters on YouTube, thinks it's YouTube. They actually did a video, a news, I got to find it, a news station around here. I think it was the Captain Lanier was talking about how the misinformation is really hurting hurting their ability, because they're spending so much time vetting stuff, people calling in with information because of misinformation. And, some of our haters are like, oh yeah, Bullhorn Betty. Okay, well, it wasn't Bullhorn Betty, because they actually did a skit where they pulled all the misinformation in, and you will be pleasantly surprised. It was a whole bunch of people I had never heard of, and not one of us here on YouTube that we collaborate with was ever once part of any clip of that misinformation showing examples of social media misinformation. Believe it or not, the most that were shown were all on TikTok. It seriously, it seems to me that it must be TikTok, because literally I would say probably 95% of the people that were shown were TikTok videos of misinformation. But you'll be pleasantly, I bet you our haters are choking right now to know that we're not spreading misinformation. Okay. I know you guys knew that. I knew you guys knew that. But we just wanted to make sure that if they didn't know that, we told them. Lisa, I'm with you. My thoughts. Betty, who do you think did it? Mercedes, honestly, I don't know the person, the specific name, first and last name of the person that did this. I can only describe the person I think did it. And did you ever post that, Olivia?
I think so.
I think you did.
I feel like I probably did. I don't remember.
Yeah, we had a discussion on my theories of who I thought would have done this. And there are a couple of the things that kind of came to my mind was somebody that was probably, a problem child, or maybe a disappointment to their parents, and maybe tried to change and make their parents be proud by going to college or going to the university. And probably something happened that was triggered by maybe something that one of the four have done, whether it was, getting them kicked out of a fraternity, getting them kicked out of school, getting them, in trouble for something, them getting a ticket because of something, them being tattled on something. It sounds petty, but that's kind of what I feel triggered this, to be honest with you. And I believe that this was not just the first time that this was thought. I believe that somebody has parked in that back of that house before. I believe that somebody has fantasized about doing this before. I feel like that it's possible that this person may have actually was prepared to do this before and chickened out. Maybe it's because all the people that they wanted in the house to do this weren't there. I don't know. But I can't tell you what that person's name is. I don't know. I don't even have enough. That's what drives me freaking nuts with all these people throwing out these names and saying, oh, this person must have done it. That person must have done it. And it's like, I'm looking at all this evidence. Nothing is that we have that's readily available to the public as factual information right now. There's nothing out there that points to someone. There's not an interview. We have a lot of speculation. We have a lot of theories of who it could be, but we're lacking facts. We're lacking people talking about, for example, I guess to be on the safe side, because everybody hates Enan Harsh right now, right? He'd be the best person I'd pull in here, so I don't add any more hate onto somebody else. I'm so bad, right? But I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I should I don't know. I'll think about it and then we'll get back to it. Betty, I'm a local here in Moscow. Can we go to dinner? If so, do you want my number? Well, JF, I would love to meet a local here. I would love to meet a local healer. If you can reach out to me to bullhornbetty@gmail.com, that would be the best. I'm happy to meet you anywhere. As you know, I got Chronicles of Olivia, so you'll get both of us. But I'm happy to. I'd love to meet with you. I'd love to understand the community better. That would be amazing. So yeah, JF, if you're here, please reach out to me, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. And I'm happy to meet with you. It's really hard to rule out anyone close to them. I agree, Mercedes. I absolutely agree. That's the problem, is that, and that's what we were talking about, is that there are, it's not that we don't have, persons, potential persons of interest. We're a lot of names have come up. Does that mean those names have anything to do with this? No. Do we believe it might be somebody that knew them? Of course, that I believe that, but does that mean it's true? No, it's just my opinion, because we have no factual information to say that isn't just an opinion. Reddit is awful. I like Reddit. There is a lot of speculation on there. There is a lot of theories. There is a lot of conspiracy theories. Good Lord. But there are some, there's been a lot of stuff that has been leaked and dropped on Reddit that has been, that either us or other people have been able to confirm is true. There are other creators that are vetting this information the way they're able to vet information. And so, there's still a mess, like even that photo of inside the Corner Club. Where did that come from? Like, where the heck did that come from? It makes me wonder. I'm just saying, and I don't know if this is true. This is speculation. This is a conspiracy theorist, okay? Or conspiracy theory, okay? Here's my conspiracy. I don't do conspiracy theories on here. But here's my conspiracy theory. Are you guys ready? What if it's the FBI leaking some of this stuff? What if? What if it's what if, because they really can't take over this. They're not allowed to just take over this investigation, right? They can't. So, maybe if they didn't think something was being ran correctly or, I mean, it's the FBI. Would it be too far-fetched? I mean, they do stuff to trigger, right? They do stuff to rock the boat to see what shakes, shake the tree and see what nut falls out. And now that is my conspiracy theory. And again, we don't do conspiracy theories on here ever, except tonight. But I don't want to start going down conspiracy theory lane. But it's hard not to, kind of think about that. Like, what if they are? Because who would have that screenshot? It was a clear freaking screenshot, y'all. Have you blown it up? It's pretty stinking clear. And I'm thinking, this is not grainy. This is not, the shoddy crap that we usually get. I mean, it was decent quality. I sent you an email last night. Did you get it? I'm sure I did. I haven't even looked. Let me star you. Hold on a second. Let me actually, let me just go over there and read it real quick. Hold on. Pull this down just a little bit so it didn't pop up on me. Give me just a second. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, wow. I got a few things here. All right. Well, I'm probably going to have to, I won't be able to read it right now, but I will read it because I got quite a few that came in. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Whew. I'm yawning. I'm like, my eyes are dropping. The police said they were making YouTube. The police said that they were making YouTube channel, and I know they are watching popular channels. They've already made a YouTube channel, and they had to make a YouTube channel. That's what they're doing for those Facebook videos. That's YouTube, and I'm actually a member or a subscriber to their channel. I think they came, and I actually identified it. Like they were putting out almost a video a day. I was there. I realized that they had this channel on day like 2 when they had the video on Facebook. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they have a YouTube channel. And then I realized that was the second video that they had dropped on their YouTube channel. If you go back and look at their YouTube channel, there's not a whole lot of videos there. They literally just created that account. I'm sure BIB will be very careful if she chooses to meet up with. Oh yeah, you guys, don't worry about me. I mean, guys, there's literally law enforcement literally everywhere. I can't imagine me going anywhere and feeling unsafe in this town. I really can't. And besides that, if he's the guy, I'm kind of looking for the guy that holds a fixed blade knife, 6 to 7 inches, possibly a K-bar that likes to slice up predominantly women. I'd like to meet that guy. I'd like to get sliced up right now. Okay. So if you're that guy, if you were over at 1122 King Road, I'd like to meet you. Justice for All, what screenshot? Didn't you see? I posted it. It's the screenshot of them in the bar, the corner club. That's the screenshot I was referring to. It could have been released by the FBI on purpose because they know Jack D is innocent, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel really, really bad for Jack for everything that he's gone through. It's just sad. I mean, thank God they're able to endure this. The family, and again, they love Jack. They love Jack's family. These were blended. This is a pretty tight. It's crazy because, this is almost the family they chose. Everybody kind of just chose each other. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, what do you say? Sentimental. Is that what you always say? It's almost sentimental. I don't know if that's the best word to use for this, but it's sweet.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. I sent it. Okay. Let's see here. Let me refresh. Well, then it hasn't come in. The last email to bullhornbetty@gmail.com came in at 5:01 p.m. There's no way that's right. Let me refresh again. Really? Yeah, 5:01 p.m. So I haven't received anything. Yeah. I haven't received anything. All right. So sorry guys. I'm starting to slow my little butt down. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Very, very important. Well, if you want to forward it to me, you can, but at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. But I'm maybe you can go back to your sent items and just re-forward it to me. But what I'm seeing here, it's not coming in. I haven't seen it. Like I said, the last email I got is at 5:01 p.m. and that's to you, Andre. I'm sorry. I wish I could see it, but maybe if you go to your sent items, you can just forward it. For the record, I have already met with you and Olivia. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, give me. You're more than welcome. Just give me. Send me an email, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, JFJF, and I'm happy to meet with you. And like I said, we'll have Olivia. We'll meet somewhere. And if you already met with me, then doesn't sound like, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, guys. I feel absolutely safe here, and trust me, I wouldn't meet with strangers. But every now and again, you need a friend. And it's not like we haven't done it before. I mean, we met people in Savannah, Georgia. We met people who help us every state we go to and cover cases. We always have friendlies come out of the woodworks to provide us assistance and help us. So could it be a troll? Could it not be a troll? Of course, it could be troll. JFJF is an honest name, right? Nobody knows who that is. I don't know who that is. But hey, what could possibly happen in a public place? Okay, that hasn't already happened. What's the worst thing that can happen? Some guy call and scream at me in my face? Maybe it's the JFJF that screamed in my face in the big Trump truck with the flags. Maybe he wants to spit in my face. Who the F knows? But I can guarantee if he comes around me again, he's probably not going to be able to drive off like the officers let him last time, right? Okay. There you go. Then I know you. Okay. Thank you for giving me that. Yeah, I'm more than happy to meet with you. Yeah, I know, man, lady. I need to get in the shower. That's what I need to do. If you need a nurse to help you, let me know. All righty. All right, guys, listen. Let's see. I am the one you thought was JLR in the comments. I'm not JLR. No, SL is not JLR. All right, guys. Well, Ellie must have a good alibi on Jack D. That's why that was released for his safety. Possibly. I don't know why that video or that snapshot was released, but I can tell you who released it. But I like I said, I want you guys to have factual information, but I want you guys to also know all the factual information, not just the factual information you want to hear. Tomorrow I don't want 1,000 people out there saying Jack D was at the freaking bar and he must have done this. He has been fully freaking cleared. I don't know what part of that people can't get through the thick skulls. He's been cleared. And you'll learn more about that later after the new year. Also, the chief is debating releasing the 911 call. The chief should release the damn 911 call. Actually, they should. Right now, listen. Let me calm down. You guys know how I get. I've been giving law enforcement props. You know, they have been up front in almost. I was concerned about how transparent they were up front to the public. Okay. But I was thankful that they were clearing these kids so they weren't getting harassed. I was because sometimes I think they have to start doing that. You know, these old policies and rules that they had was pre-social media. Okay. Pre-social media. Social media has taken a life of its own. There's no stopping it. So the lack of information is causing, or the lack of information is what's causing the misinformation. So if you're not going to give the information to the public, web sleuths on the internet are going to go out and find it for the public. So people need to find, law enforcement needs to decide whether they want to control the information or they want it to be the wild, wild west. Just saying. I think that if they were more strategic in giving out information, they could tamper a lot of this stuff down. But they're not doing that. And I think it's causing everything to kind of get out of control. And here we are, this happened on November 13th, the early morning hours of November 13th. And here we are in the late evening hours of December 28th. Some 45 days ago, maybe 55 days. I'm so tired. I can't calculate in my head. Okay. But either way, that is, you see what I'm saying? And we are nowhere. And you haven't named a suspect. You're telling people in the community that, this house was targeted and this was a personal attack. But you haven't named. How can you say that if you don't have a clue who could have done this? And then you throw these 911 calls out there, but you make everybody try to figure out how the hell did a 911 call come in for an unconscious person when 4 people were brutally murdered? And you never gave us clarity on that. We had to go fish for that information. Why? And it caused, think about how much aggravation that one mistake caused the police department. With all the record requests, all the people calling, all the people. Why? It didn't go directly to the integrity of the damn investigation. You guys cleared everybody on the phone. So who gives a shit? Who cares? Let the freaking 911 call go, Chief. Let it go. Give us something. For the love of God, give us something. I'd like to know how in the hell that phone call came in for an unconscious person. I want to hear it from law enforcement how that happened. Not speculating, not hearing it third hand, fourth hand, or fifth hand. I want to hear it out of the horse's mouth. So that's just my thought and my take on that. This is for the Subway sand I didn't send in Georgia. Oh, you got all the Subway sandwich. Well, God bless you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I love you, May. Do you live by the to-do house? Guys, leave JFJF alone. I did meet him one time in the car. I know exactly who he is, who he's talking to. So, there's no need to insult. Let's not insult him. I understand you guys are very protective of me and it's very admirable and I appreciate it. Just, it's okay. It's okay. I have pictures of 2 males that was very suspicious and I have been keeping them for Kaylee's dad, or for you, like Kaylee dad said, he will not have a burial because he doesn't want the person. Oh, yeah. Well, if you want to send them over, Kelly, you can, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Misty, today would be my daughter's 40th birthday. I'm so sorry, Misty. Well, I love you. Happy heavenly birthday to your daughter. So sad.
So sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that if someone's been cleared, there's absolutely zero chance it could be them. Silly me. Well, let me tell you something, Chris, which I know you're not the Chris M that people think you are because you're whoever that is. Yeah, no, when I tell you, I don't care whether you like my statement or not. You can speculate all the hell you want, but you're an idiot. Okay? You're an idiot. You're arguing with law enforcement. You're arguing with boots on the ground out here. You're arguing with the family that has come out. You're arguing, trying to force Jack D down everyone's throat as the person of interest in this case and the suspect. And you're so blinded by it has to be the boyfriend that you can't get over it. That's your problem, not mine. Okay? And that goes for everybody that can't get Jack D out of their mouth. You're arguing with everybody to push your narrative, an untrue, misinformed narrative, because you think it could be him. That's it. You are pushing a misinformed narrative because your brain makes you think it's him. Thinking it's him and it being him are two totally different things. Okay? If you want to do yourself a favor, move on. Move on to the next person on your list. Okay? You know that this channel, if you've been watching it for any length of time, which I believe you're probably a troll, but maybe not. So I apologize if I'm being rude. But if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, we have a pretty damn good batting average on this channel. Damn good. Damn good. On who we protest, who we call guilty, what we do, right? Very good. Pretty damn good at this job, if I say so myself. So much so, people make websites about me, hating on me, right? Because they could never be me. That's how good I am. That's how good the teamwork that we do and the other people that we collaborate with. Exactly. Pretty fucking good at batting average, if I say so myself. So when I tell you this man is not responsible, I'm telling you that with a factual basis, not a theory or thought. Okay? Silly you. Yeah. That's right. Accurate statement. Now you know what an accurate statement looks like. Silly you. Yes. Please check spam, not Jack and Pick 911. I will check my spam, but I can promise you. Let me go back here. Okay, here. Email last night. I think it's there. Super chat. Check your spam. Okay. Hold on. Spam. More. Spam. Not my spam. Like I see that one. Maybe you're further down. No, I'm back to December 25th. Well, I got that one. I got the one that says check your spam, but I just didn't get the first one that you're telling me that you sent is the problem. No, it's not in spam, hun. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Since you sent the other one, can you just cut and paste your previous email and forward it? I'm watching the emails right now. Might be the easiest way to do it. So much DNA that morning, had so many people's DNA there. It's not good. Yeah, I have to agree. And not only that, but we clearly, let's be honest. I mean, it's we I say this all the time on this show. Every time, every case, everybody thinks law enforcement is some superhuman. That somehow because they wear the badge, the human element in their life disappears. That they don't make mistakes. That they're somehow infallible. That there's some type of God. Okay? Guys, police officers put their britches on one leg at a time, just like everyone else. Okay? They do. They bleed red. And they make mistakes. Make mistakes that cost time in cases. We all watched. I mean, you guys are impressive. I mean, you guys listed a number of things from them not wearing the Tyvek suits to them not having hair nets, even in Kylie Rodney, we watched them touch a key piece of evidence, i.e. the car with no gloves on. Like what? Touching the steering wheel that could have potential evidence from whomever may be driving, even though the car was underwater. You don't know it, but they didn't even wear gloves. They didn't even try. That was Kylie Rodney. Now we come here. We're seeing some things. In Gabby Petito, it was the water's up to your chest. Well, that's kind of funny, dude, because I've been trucking all over this Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, and unless you're out there in the actual creek, there wasn't no chest high water out there. None. Not on the paths, not where he was found. At the most, it was probably calf high water in that area. And we had to remember, Brian didn't swim out there. He walked out there. So this nonsense, so it's just, I don't know. It's just, it's odd. It's odd. But I just like people to know that, law enforcement isn't perfect. And this idea that these law enforcement agencies, I mean, even somebody brought up in here about, who was it that brought up in the chat the other night about rookies? Somebody, I didn't even know. Somebody brought up in this chat, told me that there was rookies running with this case. And I said, well, I always try to think a little positive, like maybe they're bringing a new perspective. Maybe they have new technology. And it's like, but maybe not. They don't have the experience. And when you're dealing with a quadruple homicide, I'd have to say that would make me very, very uncomfortable with the lack of experience. So, I mean, I think we all have kind of the same ideas when it comes to that. I think, I know some of us kind of differ a little bit. Justice for all is not a troll. Oh yeah, small town. Well, be nice, Ellie. Small town girl. Yeah, the Justice for all is not a troll. Actually, he has a great channel. He's another creator. He's part on Heels on the Ground, and and as you know, Olivia and I are affiliated with Heels on the Ground. Marissa, it's like 5 of us. It's Marissa, House of Williams, Justice for All, Olivia, and Bullhorn Betty. So, we're trying to kick that off. We're trying to get that up and running. Hopefully everything works out well on that. I'd really like to, get this stuff moving in the right direction. And it sounds like once we start getting together and getting everything moving, that looks like the direction we're going. So, but I don't want anybody, beating up on Justice for All. I mean, he's a teammate. You can't do that to my teammates. I'm leaving alone. Just wanted to ask him a question. Yeah, just be nice. You guys know the rules here. Mean what you say what you mean. But, you don't have to say it mean. That's for me to do. Oh, boy. I'm sorry, guys. I am so tired. This is not even I feel so boring right now. I'm so tired. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out if 1 + 1 = 2 or 4. I can't even tell you. I don't know. Oh, thank you, May. My bullhorn stayed home. I'm really upset about that. I just want to make sure everybody's aware. There's, if it, I want to make this very clear. If anybody is rude to the chat, to other creators in the chat, you know, that is a good way to be removed from the chat. So if you like being here and you like having your voice heard and you like having different perspectives, I mean, we're not all the same. We bring a lot to the table together collaboratively, all of us, everybody in the chat. You guys throw stuff out there. But I don't demand parroting. But what I do demand is treating everybody in this chat with respect. You don't even have to like me, but you're going to respect me while you're here in my house, right? So if you don't want to be here, don't be here. But if you want to be here, you respect all. And that means being nice to one another, even when you guys don't agree on something. It's called being an adult. Imagine that. Who knew? Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. I just wanted to see if this was here. Maybe I can answer. I really, really need to talk to you. This person has never been discussed. I came across him a week after while sleuthing. Let me see if you've written again. Hold on. Let me see if I can find you. Yeah, I've only got that one email. I don't know what to tell you, Andre. I can't make an email appear that's not here. I can, if you need to talk to me, there's several ways. You can go on Facebook and message me. I've got Instagram you can message me on. I got Twitter you can message and have a dialogue right there. The only problem is I'd give you a number to call me on, but I don't have my Google Voice. I've got I got a different number on my Google Voice right now than the one I would ever give out. So I need to change the number on here, and quite frankly, I'm too exhausted to go through all of that because it's signing into another account. It's going through the process. But I'm happy. You know what I'll do? This is what I'll do. All right. This is what I'll do. This would probably be the easiest. Give me a minute. Where's this thing? I'm messing up here. There we go. Now I can see it. Okay, so this is what I'll do for you, Andre. Let's see this. Okay, I can't call in on live with this. No, I know that. But what I can do is I can give you the number. That's the Google Voice number. Once I end this live, I've already got the Google Voice on, and so you can call me once this live ends, which I'm ending it now, and I'll have a conversation with you. There's only one nuance to that. Your conversation will be heard by Olivia because it's on speaker, because it's not through the computer. Oh my God, Jen, thank you. God bless you. Holy crap. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, we are staying warm. We're staying warm. We're staying safe. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Would not say it there. Yeah, you don't. And I understand exactly why you can't say it. That's the, thank you so much. Please play Landslide by Stevie. I can't, May. No, I can't. It's a copyrighted song. I'll send you it. I'll post it in my community chat. But God bless you, Jen. I appreciate that. We are doing we're trying to stay warm. We're trying to stay positive, but we're staying focused. That's the important thing. We're staying focused. So let me pull this off. So again, if you want, Andre, if you want to call in, you can call in on that number right there. Write it down, 941-405-3357. As soon as this live ends, and I'll be happy to chat with you about anything, that you would like to chat at. I'm interested in finding out whether or not, there's new names to be added. People aren't talking about them, but, just because we're not talking about them doesn't necessarily mean is Jen single? Is that the real? Can somebody check and see if that's a real Doug Live Northport? If it's a impersonation account, I want it blocked. We do not allow impersonation accounts on here. That's a good way to get yourself blocked. But I just want to make sure, because if it is, I want to make sure that Doug Live has a wrench, because I'd like my the people in here that have channels to be wrenched. 700 people watching. Hit that like button. Yes. Let's see. No, it's me. Okay, Doug. Well, it's nice to see you in here. So not a whole lot going on here, but I mean, there's always a lot going on here because of this case, but not a whole lot of information that I'm really I can release right now. It says 27K. What says 27K? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's really him. Yeah. That's what he just said. He just said it was him. Hold on a second. Let me get over here. I'm still on top chatting on the back side. Go figure, right? There we are. Freezing in Illinois. Why are you in Illinois? What in the world are you in Illinois for? Or do you have family there, or did you move there? Give me a little time and an email address. Yeah, it's him. Okay, perfect. All right. Well, guys, listen. I know we haven't been here as long. Oh shoot, we haven't been here and a half. Lord. Maybe y'all can check Mascow Bagel tomorrow. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff around here with Mascow, and we'll be going live. We'll be doing some. I don't know, walkthroughs and trying to. Sorry, my brain is just dying on me. I probably should just cut it off now. I need a shower and I need a bed. I didn't even realize it's 11:15 on the West Coast. That means it's like 2:00 in the morning. When the hell have you ever seen Bullhorn Betty up at 2:00 in the freaking morning? Unless I'm waking up to go pee and I pop in and say hi on another live. Anyways, guys, God bless you. Go make it a great evening or morning. I don't even know what it is where you're at. So wherever you're at, I love each and every one of you. God bless. Don't forget to say a prayer for these families, these victims, and please pray for justice. That's what we need the most right now, is justice for these victims. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something, because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Good day.